Craig Stagner for Ozark Raceway Park. Today I'm so honored to have with me the first person that we're going to have on our new ORPtv, the first feature that we've done. I don't even know if you knew that. With me today is Kayla Morton. Kayla, how are you doing? Welcome to Ozark Raceway.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
I know that this is a track that you've been to many times. How many years have you been coming here?
Oh gosh, this is probably my 5th year.
5th year. So
yeah.
You started here I know you're 27, so you were not too long out of high school and you were already racing here.
Yeah, I was just a baby whenever I first started here.
Yeah. I know that you've gone over this a lot of times, but if you'll just go through this with us, tell us about your car.
Okay. My car is a 2005 Ford Mustang. It's got a 526 cubic inch big block Ford in it with Hemi heads, and that is powered by a F3 136 Pro Charger.
So how many horsepower are we talking?
I'm gonna say like 3,000.
Okay, not your average off the showroom Mustang.
No, it's definitely not the average Mustang.
Yeah, yeah. Now I know that a lot of drivers, it's a thing that goes back to almost the World War where pilots would name their plane. Do you have a name for your car? Do you call it something?
I mean, when she's
something
good,
that you can repeat.
Yeah. When she's good, her name is Nellie. When she's bad, other names come about.
Not
sure.
Nellie. Yes,
yeah.
Yes. It's not Nellie then. Now the experience that you have, I know that you've grown up around the racetrack. Tell us a little bit. I know like some of your bio basically. Your accomplishments. What are some of your highlights that you've had in your career so far?
Definitely winning the championship at Tulsa in 2012, and I runner-up here the following year. This year has been a little rough. I did runner-up at a big race, Streetcar Super Nationals in St. Louis a couple weeks ago. That's a big deal. A lot of fast cars and big money, and I was really proud of our team at St. Louis this year.
Great. Now, so you got started with your dad, right? How did that go from being daddy's girl to saying, I want to be in that car? How was that transition?
There is no transition. I'm still daddy's girl.
Right.
And, you know, it really wasn't an option. It wasn't, I want to be in that car. It's get in that car.
Right.
You know, this is what we do. So
it was Kayla's in the car.
Yeah.
You might as well show her how to do it because she's in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right, right. And that's, so looking back at that, did you have some early idols that when you were first getting into racing, were there drivers that you looked at and kind of emulated or that you looked up to?
I mean, everybody's, from a female aspect, you know, old Shirley is always...
Shirley Muldowney,
yes,
first 3-time champion.
Yes, Shirley's a great role model. There wasn't a lot of females in the NHRA when I was growing up. Angel Sampay was always like a super badass. She raced the motorcycles. And then Ashley Force Hood came up. And then at that point, you know, I was pretty much into it about the same time she was. But
what do you think? There was a big gap from the time that Shirley Muldowney kicked the door in, really, to make her way into the NHRA. And then it was a long time up until, like you say, the bikes, but into the cars again with Ashley Force,
right,
which was really powered by John Force and his show.
Right.
Why was it, do you have any ideas why there was that gap there of time?
I don't, you know, we are few and far between, us females, and it takes a lot of money to run the NHRA, and, you know, when you don't have John Force's money, or, you know, it's hard to bring a female in. You know, the Forces have the financial backing, Shirley had the financial backing, and, you know, that doesn't come very often for people.
Right. Now that you have been in the sport for so long, I'm curious, were there people that maybe you didn't know about, didn't think about, or maybe even didn't like early on, that now with your experience you look at them from a little different perspective and go, you know, they were pretty important. Is there anybody you've kind of had a change of of ideology about in the sport, or if you stay pretty much?
I pretty much stick to my guns. I like my drivers that I like, as far as NHRA, and the ones that I don't, I'm pretty cut and dry.
Right, right. Now, another thing that I'm curious about is, at one time you had role models. You looked up to Shirley Muldowney and some of the girls like that. What is it like to now be on the other side of that? And you've got girls like a Krista Rader, Hannah Slavens, these girls that are here look up to you. How's that go from being the girl who would like to get an autograph to being the one to turn and sign an autograph? What's that been like?
Oh, it's the most humbling experience. It's my favorite part. I love the kids. I have a super soft spot for them, boys and girls, but girls especially, because it takes a lot of guts to come out here, and if you're ever in my pit, I'll pick a kid first.
Right.
I love making them feel good and encouraging them to do this. And it melts me. It melts me.
So that's got to be really humbling, and then to like you say, to have it go from, I want that person's autograph, I hope they'll sign my autograph, and then you turn and look, you want my autograph?
Yeah.
It's got to be fantastic.
It is fantastic. It took a while to get used to, it's a little bit overwhelming sometimes.
I'm
so
sure.
I understand, why people get fussy, in the big time, that have to do it all the time. But you get used to it, and you have to step back and think, this is what I wanted. This is the goal, You're so lucky. I'm so lucky to be doing this.
The only thing worse than having people not come up than having people come up and ask for your autograph is having no one want your autograph, and nobody. The last place driver rarely has a line of people.
Right.
So it is the good with the bad. Now, with the forces coming on, Ashley, Brittany, and Courtney Force, do you think that has really helped propel the women into the sport as far as the attention?
Yes and no. I think the Forces are great role models and they drive well. Others, I don't. I think they make us look bad. But yeah, I think they pushed the female perspective in drag racing. I think they've made it excel.
And it helps that they have somebody with as much experience as their dad to
Yeah,
kind of guide them.
They've been just like me. They've been doing this their whole lives. It's not like they just jumped in a funny car.
Right. Well, and I mean from the media aspect of it, they know how to navigate.
Oh, Courtney could talk her way through a brick wall. Like, that sucker can talk like nobody's business.
Well, I'd say if you grew up around the house with John Force, you probably had better be able to hold your own, or you probably don't get anything. Now, even this morning, I first thing on Facebook I got on, and we saw a little bit of the flip side of what you deal with. Now, obviously, it's obvious you're a beautiful woman who is very important in this sport and very iconic.
Thank you.
The flip side of that is then you have as you said, the haters who are looking to pick. But that again goes with whether you're a Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, or Kayla Morton.
Right.
Somebody's always wanting to look for the imperfection. Now, how tough is that? I talked to you, I met your parents.
Yeah.
Fantastic people.
Yeah.
And I could see just from talking to them that they're like, that's our big girl, but we will step in, they're very protective. Do you spend more time defending yourself or trying to keep your mom and dad from going after?
Oh, my dad lets it roll off his back for so long, and then once you push him to that point, it's pretty bad. But for the most part, I handle my own issues. My mom is sweet as pie. Like, she's not going to get angry.
Well, and it goes back to 27. Whether you're 27, 37, 50, you're always going to be daddy's girl, and he's always going to...
Yeah, he's always going to be there to protect me and support whatever decision I make.
So, and just this morning I love the way you handled it with somebody who was nitpicking at little things, making reference to the Outlaw video clip.
Right.
I noticed that driver didn't have a video on any major networks.
I mean, it's pretty much like, oh, thank you for giving me more publicity.
Right.
I really appreciate it. My answer always goes back to the same answer whenever people pick at me and hate on me, like, where's your car? And 9 times out of 10, they don't have one, or it's not ready, you know, so.
Or trust me, it's in a shop, and when it's done,
Yeah.
and that car never
Bring
exists.
it, let's
Right.
race,
Yeah.
let's race it.
Yeah, you can never beat the hypothetical car that the person doesn't actually have. And it's always been said that no press is bad press. So even when somebody sees that video, you got to know then there's a bump in all your other videos because somebody's saying, well, I want to see more about this girl.
Yeah, I mean, the Street Outlaws video, it is what it is. There's nothing I can change. There's nothing I could have done to make it any better. So, you know, everybody wrecks. Everybody has mishaps. So you just got to take it with a grain of salt. Like, the car's back together, and I ran it since.
That's the other side of the double-edged sword, is that with you being as iconic as you are, your accomplishments are magnified, but unfortunately so are any, not even a misstep, but any mishaps like that. So it's just, you have to take, I mean, Michael Jordan didn't make every shot.
Right.
John Force didn't win every race.
Right.
And even Dale Earnhardt said, whether you're here to chew me or boo me,
Right.
you got to buy a ticket.
You're right, yeah. I love that phrase.
Right,
That's
right.
great.
Now, how do you feel about it? As I talk to you and sit here with you, you can feel your intensity. With people like Ronda Rousey in the UFC, that's a champion fighter.
She's so bad, yeah.
I see a little bit of that in you. I can see where the UFC's big in Oklahoma. I can see where maybe if you weren't spending so much time in this, I could see you in a cage. I could see you in the bantamweights, 135, about that weight. So if you want to take her on, Serena Williams in tennis, Danica Patrick, Alex DeJour. How does women's emergence in sports? Do you have any feelings about that? Is now that they're not just tough butch girls like we were taught thinking in growing up. Now a girl can be beautiful, have nails, have makeup, be pretty, and still be fierce in their sport. How do you feel about that?
I think that's great. You know, I can sit here and put on makeup and do my hair, and then as soon as I go get in a car, you know, I'm gonna have a ponytail and no makeup on. I think there needs to be more women like that. You know, I feel like the kids that are growing up now in their teenage years are worried about a coach purse and, you know, what kind of car they drive and if their nails are done for the week. And life is too short for that. Like, get in there and do something. You know, I love these women that are doing that. Alexis DeJoria, I love to watch her interview. She wears a flat bill hat with no makeup and a ponytail. She don't care about what people
Which
think.
is amazing given that her dad is
Paul Mitchell.
Paul Mitchell, which the first time I saw him, I thought, oh, that guy looks familiar. Oh, he's the guy that's an icon in fashion. I would have, and you don't, so it's.
But she doesn't care about what she looks like. She cares that she just won, you know, one of the biggest events in the world.
She just beat John Force.
Yes, you know, I love the persona that she puts out.
Right, she is something. Now, earlier you talked a little bit about the young racers. What advice do you have, more specifically, to the women racers? I mean, I hate to just, but that's who you are. You're the female racer, and there's just a handful out here.
Yeah.
Do you have specific advice for a young woman driver that might be different than a male driver?
Yeah, you need to put your big girl panties on now. You know, it takes a very tough skin to be out here with all these boys and men, especially whenever, you know, you're a public figure. If you want to be big and you want to race, you're going to have to put up with a lot of crap, and so you better make sure you have tough skin.
One thing I've always been curious about as a girl racer, not as I am, is you're a female racer. When you rode with a boy in his car, do they have a habit of trying to impress you? Is it tough to sit there in the passenger seat, or the boys always feeling like they've got to impress you with their skills?
I really try to separate my personal life with my drag racing life, even though it's so hard and it doesn't happen.
Right.
Most of the guys I've dated, yeah, they try.
I think it'd be hard not to.
Yeah, they do, and you know, That is why I'm single.
It's got. I would think the same thing with like a Ronda Rousey. I think it would be tough dating somebody
Oh,
that
sure.
that would just
Beat
light
the
you
crap
up.
out of you,
The Ray
yeah.
Rice video doesn't happen if he's dating Ronda Rousey.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
So, what's next for you after today? You're here. This is the Mickey Thompson shootout, the Street Machine shootout here at Rogersville. What after today? And I don't mean in the near future. I mean, what's the big plan? What's the big picture? What do you see coming up?
I mean, I have a lot of opportunities. I need to make some choices over the winter to know what I'm going to do in my future. The big plan is to go all out in a pro mod and hang with the best of them. I really like the Outlaw 10.5 class, and my car seems to be happy on those tires. So I think that I might want to go that route.
Okay. Finally, tell us a little about your website, your Facebook page. Tell us a little bit about the people who see this and want to get to know more about Kayla. You got some plugs for us that where to go to see more about you, Facebook?
Yeah, you can go to STK Racing on Facebook. You know, I have my own personal Facebook, which everybody blows up, and if I deny you, like, just know I'm not trying to be hateful, you know. Send me a private message. Let me know, hey, this is who I am. You know, I want to follow you, and then, you know, I'll add you up. But, yeah, you can follow me on Facebook. And Street Outlaw Season 4 is coming up, so you can follow me there as well.
That's not something that everybody can say. Is
Right.
that they're going to be on Street Outlaws. Kayla, it's absolutely an immense honor and a pleasure to get to talk to you. You're a great ambassador for the sport, not just as a female driver, but as a driver in general, being well-spoken and being so crowd-friendly. It's absolutely been my biggest thrill here at the track so far to get to sit down and get to know you. So,
Thank you. I appreciate it.